What's up, world? Let me tell you about this beard growth oil I got from 12 tribes on Earth. 8 ounces of oily goodness with a nozzle that prevents sprays and spills, and soft ingredients that make it perfect addition to anyone's morning routine. From coconut to castor, all these oils are hand chosen. After using this herbal blend, the biggest thing I noticed is how soft and how strong my hair was, and how good I feel. Pick up your bottle today and make your beard the star of the show.
Wells Fargo, JP Morgan, and Bank of America are all being sued for not doing anything about all the fraudulent activities that were going on the Zelle application. And they had the ability to do something about it, and they did nothing. And to add insult to injury, they have refused to compensate people that lost their money through fraud on Zelle. So there is a lawsuit now saying they just simply did not do enough to protect their customers. And with banking in America, I absolutely do believe that. So Wells Fargo, JP Morgan Chase, and Bank of America are being sued by an embattled Consumer Financial Protection Bureau over alleged unchecked fraud on the Zelle application, setting up a legal showdown that the incoming Trump administration could quash as soon as next month. The three financial institutions, which co own the app along with four other large banks, were accused in a lawsuit filed Friday of rushing to launch a service in 2017 without putting in place proper consumer safeguards in order to compete with popular payment apps such as Venmo. The result, according to the lawsuit, were fraud related losses of more than $870 million over the last 7 years. That's a lot of money that's lost over in that app due to fraud. Darn. So Zelle has become a gold mine for fraudsters while often leaving victims to fend for themselves. Yeah, well, it shouldn't be that way. The bank should definitely do a better job, at least trying to compensate the consumers. So there's a 91-page federal lawsuit claimed hundreds of thousands of consumers at three banks made complaints about being frauded, but they were largely denied relief and were even told to try getting their money back by contacting the person who defrauded them. Now, what are the chances of them getting their money back from somebody that committed fraud against them? Of course, they're not going to give the money back. So, according to the lawsuit, these three big banks accounted for 73% of the Zelle activity last year. So in 2023, the lawsuit immediately was attacked. And of course, they are denying any wrongdoing. And they're saying that you know, this is a meritless lawsuit. And, I think it's not meritless. I do think it does have merit. If this application is owned by the top 3 banks or 4 banks, then aren't you responsible for the activities that happen on that app if you own it? And I'm surprised this lawsuit did not crop up sooner. If anything, if this amount of people, 870 million, that's a lot of money to be losing. And for them to see the activity, they said they can actually see the fraudulent activity going on, and they could have intervened. And they just sat there and let it happen. So, a total of 2,200 financial institutions in this country actually use Zelle. Zelle is relied upon 143 million enrolled in American consumers and small businesses. So the banks go on to say, we are fully prepared to defend this meritless lawsuit to ensure their service does not suffer. Well, if you lost $870 million, your service is already suffering. And it's really a disgrace. You got these banks that are giants in the country that got billions, if not trillions of dollars. And they can't put out a better app than Zelle with all the money they have. So, Bank of America said in its own statement that more than 99.95% of transactions across Zelle go through without incident. When a client has an issue, we work directly with them. Well, if you're telling the clients to contact the one that frauded them out of money, how is that helping the client? Ooh, these people are a trip. But y'all, look, everything these folks put their hands on, they always corrupt it. It never fails. JP Morgan Chase has also denied the allegations, and they said it has political overtones. So Wells Fargo, they didn't respond at all. Mm-mm-mm. So this is at a crisis level, and that's why this lawsuit was filed against them. But they are saying, because Trump don't like a lot of regulation and stuff. So they're hoping that when Trump comes into office, he will just quash this entire thing and get these big banks out of the whole thing when it comes down to Zelle. And consumer advocates considered the final regulations watered down. The new Trump administration could terminate the Zelle lawsuit when it takes power next month. So that's what these banks are hoping will happen. They'll get this lawsuit off of them because, Trump is going to be cutting back on a lot of regulations like he did during his first presidency. So critics want to abolish the agency altogether. Billionaire Elon Musk, somehow I'm not surprised his name came up in all of this, who is leading the effort to streamline the federal government through the so-called DOGE, Department of Government Efficiency, criticized the agency in November on X and said there are too many regulatory agencies. So in other words, they want to get rid of all the regulations. You get rid of the regulations, then, the banks never have to worry about being sued for what they're really responsible for. and they are responsible for Zelle. But Trump will get them out of the whole thing. He hates regulation. So they're saying that consumers got more than $21 billion in relief. And, they still got the regular enforcements in place. But on Monday, it filed also separate lawsuits against Walmart and Rocket Mortgage over alleged financial wrongdoing. Now, I read in another article, Walmart illegally set up 1 million bank accounts, and this was done without the consent of the person. So I mean, this is just ridiculous, the stuff that's going on out here. But you can expect this all to get worse when Donald Trump get rid of a lot of the regulations. You can expect this kind of stuff to get worse. I mean, seriously, what's to hold back these folks that are scamming out here? Nothing. Nothing. Now, what it does not address, if you see the fraud going on, do you go after these people? How many of them have been jailed? How many have you gone after legally that you see all this fraud activity? And usually when people commit fraud, they do it multiple times. They don't just do a one and done. I'm just saying. But y'all, tell me what you think about this video. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell. And I'll see you on the next video. And please join the channel. And if you want to show your appreciation, you can do it by giving a super thanks. Peace, family.